Everybody, thank you again. We are now called to order. So before we get going, we'll have our traditional opening ceremony. And if you would please, for me, stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a brief moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. Welcome back to this. We'll move over to the adoption of tonight's agenda. Any requested changes to tonight's agenda? Very good. Looking around the room, seeing none. So I may have a motion then to accept tonight's agenda as published.
Motion to accept tonight's agenda is published.
Very good. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. All right, we'll go around the horn, see if I can keep track of where people are on the screen. So we have the motion up. I'm going to start with Commissioner Hall.
Commissioner Hall, aye.
Commissioner Morey.
Commissioner Morey, aye.
Commissioner Westlake.
Commissioner Westlake, aye.
Commissioner Simpson.
Commissioner Simpson, aye.
Back to the Mayor Pro Tem.
Brenda McMillan, aye.
Very good. Thank you, everyone. We are all in on tonight's agenda. As I understand it, there are no public comments for the general public comments or otherwise for that matter. So let's move down to the consent agenda and have a motion to accept tonight's consent agenda.
So moved.
All right, motion's up by Commissioner Simpson. We'll go around the hall again with starting with Jason Hall.
Commissioner Hall, aye.
Commissioner Morey.
Commissioner Morey, aye.
Commissioner Westlake.
Commissioner Westlake, aye.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Brenda McMillan, aye.
Commissioner Simpson.
Commissioner Simpson, aye.
Very good. Thank you very much. We're adopted on that. We're going to go right into recognitions. And so we have Billy Sellers from our Safety Committee Coordinator going to join us on the screen here just a minute, talk about North Carolina Department of Labor Safety Award. So we'll wait for him to come up. There's Dina's group I see coming up, so maybe he's on that one. There you go. Billy, welcome.
Hello, sir.
Very good. All right, the floor is yours for your presentation.
Yes, sir.
It's okay. All you have to do is click.
Okay. It's nice to see everybody tonight. I just want to go over with the accomplishments that the town has done this past fiscal year. I just did a little slideshow, and this is the 10th consecutive Gold Year Award for the town of Waxhaw. Here's the first slide. I want to recognize the Public Service Department. This year's been a rough year, but they worked very hard this past year dealing with COVID and their responsibilities on a daily basis. Each staff member took the necessary steps to be able to work in a safe environment. I want to give kudos to Tom Matthews, the Public Service Director, and his staff. It takes a team effort to do this, and it really shows how very organized that department is. Congratulations. The next slide is the Parks and Rec slide. Like this department, like with public services, we deal with a lot of day-to-day activities. And particularly ours is we have a lot of cleaning protocols and a lot of different events, and this is a daily basis. Each staff member worked very hard to do their responsibilities on a day-to-day basis. And I want to recognize Dina Sabinski, the director, on how she approached her staff and educate her staff to do the best they can, dealing with bathrooms, dealing with everything that case may be. She's always very professional, and the events is coming up, and she's always on her A game. The next slide is, of course, Town Hall. This is an old picture of Town Hall from last year. The Chamber of Commerce will be coming by next week to deliver the town of Waxhaw's 10th year consecutive gold award. They should be calling me or emailing me sometime next week. But I do want to recognize the town manager, Jeff, and Miss Melanie on the ongoing efforts at Town Hall. It takes just a whole team effort to do this, and I'm very grateful. And Miss Melanie is good to work with. She's a great leader. When I go to her or email or call her with a concern or I need to purchase something, she's very willing to listen to me. And we always look for the better good of each and every employee of this town. The next slide is a special thanks to the commissioners. The ongoing support for all these years. It takes, safety is very expensive, but the mindset of it is with us is safety is an investment. You invest in our employees, and it shows. When you invest in your employees, the morale goes up, and this is the cost of it. They have what they need, and our goal is to make sure that they come to work every single day in a good environment. The next slide is the DART rate goals. And when we started this program, the DART rate is the measure of the number of injuries that lead to days away from work, job restrictions, and extra stuff. We've been very blessed and very lucky to have a low DART rate. This is a success to the directors, all staff members, the employees, and of course the leaders that makes these decisions on a daily basis. Our goal is to have no accidents, but we are very close. We came a long way since 2007 when we started these programs, and we have a lot to show and a lot to be thankful for. And it shows with the North Carolina Department of Labor. They just don't hand these awards out for nothing. And it really shows that we're coming a long way. And I truly appreciate everybody's time and energy with this. The second page was the letter that came to me from the Union County Chamber of Commerce. It plainly shows that we are the 10th consecutive year, and this is a big milestone for where we came from. And that's my presentation, and thank you so much for taking your time to listen to me.
Very good. Thank you, Billy. That's quite an accomplishment. Everybody, a round of applause for them. We'll do it virtually here and physically. So that is quite an accomplishment of 14 years of doing this?
This is the 10th year.
Yeah, 10th year, but out of the 14, you've been tracking it, I guess, is what I'm looking
Yes.
at.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's pretty significant. You guys have really packaged it well. You work well together. You show that you support each other. And
Yes.
we only hope
It-
that we could support you just as well. So thank
It's
you
been-
to
it's been-
everybody on the entire squad
Yes, sir.
for stepping up on their job duties to achieve this goal for the 10th year. So that's quite an accomplishment. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your time.
Very good. That's awesome. That's awesome news. All right, next up, Town Manager Jeff Wells has a quick presentation. So Jeff, I'll give you the floor.
Thank you, Mayor, and good evening, everybody. I'm pleased to have Cuthbertson High School join us tonight, specifically folks from their track and field and maybe even their cross-country team as well. So about a month ago, a couple of the coaches reached out to the board about erecting a sign that recognizes their accomplishments over the last few years, most recently winning the 2021 men's and women's track and field state championship. They'd noticed that Sun Valley High School had a sign at the town limit of Indian Trail that recognized their accomplishments, one of those green signs that the DOT usually installs, and we're inquiring about having something similar installed there on Cuthbertson Road at the town limits. And we happen to know that process very well. So once informed by the board, staff took the initiative to go ahead and procure and install a sign. And we actually have it installed. I'll pull up the picture here. It was installed yesterday. So we're real excited to have that up in advance of this meeting. And certainly want to have a big thank you to our Board of Commissioners for passing this information along. Also, a big thank you to our engineering staff for quickly going through the process of procuring the sign and getting it manufactured. And then also our public services staff for getting it installed and doing this all within a month's time, which, this certainly looks like a small little project, and it is. But, what a lot of people don't know is that there can be some process and red tape to get through with these things, but we were excited to get through that very quickly in this process. And so we're real happy to have them online here as well. And maybe before I share the screen, just what the sign looks like, just so we make sure we still see them real well, you can give them a chance to say hello first.
Outstanding. Hello, Cuthbertson over there. How are you? Unmute yourself. There you go. Congratulations on all of that.
Thank you.
To be young again. So it'd be a lot of fun to do that. I wish I could walk at least that far, but and that fast. So congratulations. And coaches, I think I see the coaches there. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you guys doing that for us.
Thank you
That's
so
really good.
much. Thank you.
And so we have Dustin Allen and Michael Hicks, who are the coach and the assistant coach for the track and field team there. And I will go ahead and show it on the screen, what it looks like out there in the field right now. That's taken this morning, still has the morning dew on it. So fresh from being installed just the day before.
Yeah, it looks great.
Nice job. Let's see if we can make room for some more signage on there.
Hey, well, don't worry, we got you guys. 2022, we got to add the year.
I tell you what, too, the domination of the women's track and field team, that's pretty impressive. 5 straight years. Congratulations. And also, of course, to the men's track and field for 2021 and the women's cross country for their 3 in a row.
Appreciate that. Yeah, all the boys, 3 are at football, and then all the other boys graduated. So none of the boys could be here, unfortunately.
Well, quite an achievement. Keep on going. This is where it all starts, is with you guys. As you grow, the discipline shows, and we wish you well in the next year. See if we can add another 4 digits onto that sign. So,
Sounds great.
well, I see the affirmative there. That's a good thing. So, that's
They keep
outstanding.
winning, we'll keep making the sign bigger.
There we
That's
go.
exactly right. Just more
Now we-
green space. Right.
Exactly.
All right.
We were delighted to be able to get this up for them. It was something that all the staff just took and ran with quickly. It was an exciting project, and really appreciate you reaching out to us.
Of course, we appreciate you guys for doing all that for us. It means a lot, not to just these guys that are still here, but I know there's a lot of kids that'll come back that are, that were part of that first team, second team, just to see that and probably take pictures with that too. So it means a lot to a lot of different people.
Bunch of selfies I see coming, so that's a good thing. So get out there.
I already tagged you guys on Twitter. We went down there and took one after our lifting session. So
A lifting session. This is about as far as I get anymore, so that's awesome. All right. Jeff, back to you. Any other comments on this at all?
No other comments, again, it was a pleasure, and just want to thank all the staff, but certainly thank the board for forwarding this information to us so we could act on it. Thank you.
Outstanding. Thanks to everybody on that one. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. All right, we'll move down to presentations. 0 on that. Public hearings, nothing. Old business. We'll go down to new business tonight. And it's a proposed purchasing policy update. We're going to flip the coin over to our finance director, Rosemary. Rosemary, you got to join us there in a second, and then the floor will be yours. There you are. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening,
All right.
commissioners and staff. Tonight, I would like to present staff's recommendations and request to update the town's purchasing policy. As we've talked about in prior meetings, as the town has grown, we've seen a need to update. Actually, it's pretty much just one item. We have a fairly comprehensive and very well-written town purchasing policy, which is pretty much still up to date and doesn't need any changes. The one change that staff is requesting is that we change the formal bidding requirements from $90,000 to $300,000. Staff has thought about this a great deal. We have based this on our capital project needs that we currently have in place. The reason for that being that most of our capital projects nowadays cost more than $90,000, and that's what our current limit is. The $300,000 rate also goes along with, excuse me, some of the performance bonds and other issues start at $300,000, so they work in conjunction with that. I would like to tell you that this is the only monetary change that is requested from the board. We did not make any changes to any other of the purchasing, only in the contracts. So we still have everything that was priorly set by the board before, with the exception of the informal bid for construction projects only. Think that's pretty much it. If anyone has any questions. Well, one thing I did want to say also is that it's still under state allowable limits of 500,000. And at the time, currently staff doesn't recommend going up to the 500,000 limit.
All right, so it is something that we've been discussing for quite a while, certainly with construction costs driving upwards. We'd like to trim a little bit of the processes and procedures when we can. Certainly there are checks and balances in place to make sure there aren't any abuses to this policy, but you're right, it is 200,000 below what's allowable for us right now. We're just kind of taking it slowly. So any questions from the Board of Commissioners? Very good. All right. Well, with that, seeing no questions, Rosemary, thanks, and to the staff for doing this hard work and figuring this out. So I guess what we're looking for right now is a motion to approve the proposed purchasing policy update. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the proposed Waxhaw purchasing policy updates to update the bid requirements for large construction projects and to require pre-audit and purchases for all town purchases.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner Morey. Appreciate that. All right, so the motion is up for approval. I'm going to start with Commissioner Hall.
Commissioner Hall, aye.
Commissioner Westlake.
Commissioner Westlake, aye.
Commissioner Simpson.
Commissioner Simpson, aye.
Mayor Pro Tem McMillan.
Brenda McMillan, aye.
And back to you, Commissioner Morey.
Commissioner Morey, aye.
Great, thank you. The motion is passed all the way through. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Rosemary, for putting that work together. I know it was a lot of effort, and I think that all of the policies that we've all now put in place obviously give us better control and more confidence in being able to do something like this without so much red tape. It sure will make projects go a lot faster. So thank you for that. And thank you all the staff as well.
Thank you.
All right, next up, proposed amendment to the Board of Commissioners Rules of Procedures. We're going to have our town attorney, Charles Buckley. Charlie, welcome to the party.
Well, good evening, Mayor, and good evening, Board of Commissioners. I'm bringing to you tonight something that I think is going to be essential for the town to avoid potential litigation in the future. I think that sometimes instead of being reactive, we need to be proactive from a legal standpoint. And so I'm suggesting and requesting that you amend the rules of procedure to adopt the following amendment. But in Rule 34, add in subparagraph A, to add one more sentence, which would read, additionally, in order to avoid the appearance of impropriety and the possibility of undue influence, the board may not appoint a spouse, an immediate family member, or anyone living in the same household of a board member to the statutory boards and organizations listed in Article 3 of Chapter 160D of the North Carolina General Statutes. These basically are the Planning Board, the Board of Adjustment, which, by the way, you've just now given those duties to the Planning Board, and also the Historic Preservation Committee. And so to avoid potential litigation that could set aside either an approved zoning or a zoning that's been denied, or an order of the Historic Properties Commission, I think it's essential that we put this amendment in effect. And that's not to say that anything in the past has been improper, or anybody's acted improper, or there's been any impropriety. But I do know in litigation, you can bring before the court these allegations, and the court, when presented with other evidence, it tends to sway the court. We don't need to lose any adopted ordinances we've already done, or any denials that we've already done. And we don't need to lose any orders that the Historic Preservation Committee has issued if we get into these situations. So let's just avoid the situations that may lead to an impropriety or a sense of undue influence. So I recommend that the board adopt this order to the rules of procedure, this amendment.
All right, very good on that. Thank you, Charlie. Understand all of that. That information obviously was in your packet for discovery before the meeting tonight. Any questions for the town attorney?
Yes, just to clarify, the wording says statutory boards and associations. So any of the other committees that we have, a family member or member of household could be on those?
That's correct.
Okay.
I put the statutory boards because they're all the planning functions under the new Chapter 160D, the new land use regulations. And those boards have some independent powers and authorities, and particularly like the planning board makes its recommendations to the Board of Commissioners on all zoning matters. And so what you want to do is avoid any litigation that could arise that could throw these situations as a part of the litigation to set aside something. The other advisory boards, they don't have the exact powers and statutory duties that these boards have. So it's just the 160D boards. Yes, that's correct, Commissioner.
Thank you.
And I went for a long explanation, but I want the public to understand that your question was valid and what it meant. And so, excuse me for being wordy.
No, I mean, the main thing is that we want to make sure that we still give people the opportunity to serve, that have the knowledge and skills that would be helpful for the town. And obviously, family and members of households love the town just as much as the commissioners do. So we want to make sure that they have opportunities as well.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Very good. Any other questions for the attorney? All right, none around. Charlie, you're looking for just a simple consensus tonight to move
No,
it
so I'm
forward?
looking for a motion.
Okay, so we're going to
Motion
put
to
it up.
approve the amendment.
All right, so here we have it. We're going to have a motion. So do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve
Very
the
good.
proposed
From
amendment to the Board of
Commissioner
Commissioners Rules of Procedure.
Very good. Thank you for that. Stepped on you a little bit there, but thank you. All right, motion's up for approval. I'll start with Commissioner Hall.
Commissioner Hall, aye.
Commissioner Morey,
Commissioner Morey, aye.
Commissioner Westlake,
Commissioner Westlake, aye.
Mayor Pro Tem McMillan,
Brenda McMillan, aye.
back up to Commissioner Simpson.
Commissioner Simpson, aye.
Very good. All right, it's approved. So we'll look forward to this amendment getting placed where it should and in the record. So thank you for that, Charlie. Appreciate all the homework.
Yes, sir, Mayor. My pleasure.
All right. Okay, now we're going to move down to the town leadership reports. So I'm going to start with Town Manager Jeffrey Wells.
Thank you, Mayor. Just two quick things this evening. Waxhaw 101 is going along well. We've already completed 4 of the sessions, so we have just about hit the halfway point. We'll be continuing that on till the end of October. And of course, the next session is tomorrow evening, and I think it is Parks and Recreation night, if I remember correctly, but it's been a good group so far. Lastly, and Dina will talk more about Downtown Park in her presentation coming up next, but just wanted to make the board aware, the public aware rather, that the bid documents for Downtown Park will be released on October 5th. And we expect the bid opening to be in early November, specifically November 2nd. So we're all real excited about that and looking forward to getting a lot of good bids on that project. And we're going to be rocking and rolling here very soon. And Dina will be sharing with you some more specifics about that. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Outstanding. Any questions for Mr. Wells from anybody? Around the horn. Okay, so Jeff, thank you very much for that update. We're going to move to our Parks and Rec Director, Dina Sabinski. Dina, welcome.
Thank you.
You're all smiles.
Yes, I got lots of cool things to tell y'all. So Jeff is correct. It's Park and Rec Night tomorrow night for Waxhaw 101, which we're excited about. And the team is ready to go. And I'm going to share with y'all tonight. Pop up for me. Awesome. Can everybody see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Tonight, I'm going to share with you all things Park and Rec and all of our wonderful, cool events that are about to happen in our downtown Waxhaw. And so here we go. We have a new program guide that is out and already getting filled up with classes. We have that is on digitally on the website and on Facebook. So please check that out and look for Rec Desk to sign up for any of those programs. And we got an updated picture on the Park and Rec team. So just see all those smiling faces on there. We have our walking club that's every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Upcoming next week is Senior Coffee Game Day. Please come and join us. We have some new sculpture classes coming up also next week, family sculpture. And again, that's everybody in the family is welcome to come and sign up. So we'd love to have you. The following week, we've got pottery wheel with the family and then family cooking. A really cool, fun activity with seniors that we're doing further into the month is holiday gnomes. So this is a great holiday activity with our seniors. Please come and join us. And charcuterie class is up again. And that one fills up pretty fast. So sign up as soon as you can. The Spooky Stories and S'mores is a collaboration with Union County Parks and Rec at Can Creek Park. That is actually already full. We're looking at adding some more spaces for families to come out and do spooky stories with us since Halloween's coming up. So please join us for that. Also, mixology class is up again at the end of the month. This is something we're venturing in. So look for more veteran type classes in the future. But Mr. Peter Ravino is awesome. And he is doing our first art class with veterans. And this is a whole new class just for veterans. And we'd love to get the word out. So your friend group and social media if you see it on the Facebook page, please share it out. We are looking to start that in the 1st of November. So we've got some time to spread the word. So please share the word on a new veterans class. And we're hope to do many more. Hero Project. So all things spooky and Halloweeny is coming up for the month of October. So next week we're doing pumpkin paintings. And then the following week we're doing bats and skeletons. So please come and join us. We have the updated schedule for the fall and the beginning of the winter. We're going all the way into December. So check the new guide out so you can see all those cool places that we're going to show up at. Again, we have our events calendar. This is kind of like your social calendar for the next year. So please put that on your calendar and remind you of dates coming up. We're doing a collaboration this weekend with the fire department on Sunday. Please come and join us out there for all kinds of cool activities and a great partnership with our Waxhaw Fire Department. Our largest event of the year is coming up on October 9th and 10th. We will be sending out soon the music lineup, the family entertainment lineup, and then the map of where everything is laid at in our downtown area. Also, I'll give the info about shuttles on where you can take a shuttle all day on Saturday and Sunday, and that way you don't have to worry about driving down and trying to find a parking space. We're going to make it easy peasy for you. So that map is coming out as well. On Saturday, it's 10 to 6. On Sunday, it's 12 to 6. And then on Saturday, the barbecue tasting, the public tasting, which everybody loves, the whole family gets involved at 1:30 on Saturday. And you would meet at Church and McDonald's, right beside the McDonald House, to get your tickets. Save the date for Fright Night. It's coming up at the end of the month of October. And we're still looking for spooky vendors for that and sponsors. So please come and join us for an awesome night in Waxhaw. Something new to show you. We just got in our new metal picnic tables for Town Creek and Nesbitt. So, and now we're all matching, and these are much easier to clean and keep up with our COVID protocols on making sure everything's nice and shiny and clean for all of our citizens. So I just wanted to show those off. This is something that was planned in our budget, and we just got them in. So I wanted to give y'all a heads up. So downtown park, as Jeff said earlier, that timeline has started. So next week, we go out to bid. Week after that, we're going to have a pre-bid meeting to make sure all of our contractors know, have any questions, and we can answer those. Then the ceremony on the 29th, and that is our groundbreaking ceremony. And we're really going out and make it a wonderful event for us to celebrate our new downtown park that we've been working on for so long, and just elevate the time that we are actually making this happen. So super excited about it. So that is on the 29th. So save the date on that. The agenda will come out soon, and your invitations will come out soon as well. Then we'll have the bid opening on the 2nd of November, which is another special day. Lots of nerves going on that day as well. And then we will come back to y'all on the 9th to award the bid at the BOC meeting. So things will be happening very rapidly over the next month with all of our events and all of our getting ready for our new park. So again, if y'all have any questions about it, please give me a heads up so I can help you process that. The community spirit of volunteering and being a sponsor of a space, we are still looking for Barnes Park, Nesbitt Park, and the Caroline Thread Trail. So if you're interested in any of those places for a sponsor of space, please see the Park and Rec office. And we're always looking for new and exciting partners with instructors. We're working on already the winter and spring program guide. Please come and check in with the office and Miss Justine, and she would love to explore the possibilities of doing a class with us, one-day program, workshop. We're really open to exploring all different possibilities. So love to have your input. Leave you with our vision and mission, as always, as we strive and on a very fast pace moving forward. And I'm here for any questions.
Outstanding. Thank you, Dina. Always good to hear that we're moving at near light speed. So that's a lot of fun. And the countdown has begun for the park. So how many more days? 30?
Yes, roughly, yes.
Close enough. Close enough. Any questions for Miss Dina? around the horn? Okay, seeing none on there. Dina, thank you very much, and always looking forward to your reports every meeting. So keep up the great work, and a great team that you have assembled there lately. So we thank all of you for that, and congratulations on the awards as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right, we're going to have one add-on tonight that is just in the town leadership reports for one of our town engineers. We got Orion coming up on the post here to give us an update on some projects. Orion, we'll await you signing on.
Hello.
There you are. Welcome.
Good
Welcome
evening.
to the party one more time.
Thanks for having me. Just got a really quick updates. We got the debris at 12 Mile Creek that's really set for 6 to 8 weeks from now. They're kind of pushing it to the end of the year. They're doing a lot of emergency cleanup in the mountains. So the contract is by the end of the year, and so 6 or 8 weeks is really pushing them. What's at the middle of November or December. So if the weather goes bad, they're really pushing close, but that's in their contract, and that's when it's expected to be done. So the other major item that I'm kind of excited about is we're continuing to improve on the downtown, the sidewalk to the mill. The curb and gutter is going to be completed tomorrow, and the paving for that, the repaving for that is going to be done on Saturday. And then we should be able to finish up the sidewalk and touching it up and making it good next week. The guardrail, a couple of small things, guardrail and the handrail, we're waiting on those to be furbished and supplied, but those are smaller items that can be done after it's really active and moving. So that's my updates for this week.
That's actually a pretty good update. I can't tell you how many people have walked by. Everyone notices that walk being put in place. Question after question after question, how to get done, whatever. And hats off to all of you guys inside in the staff and the public works guys who decided to take that on themselves for the majority of the work.
Yeah, they helped a lot.
Yeah, they rock. They were in and out of there quickly. It's to grade. You're right. We have a few more things to install, a couple of back ordered items, but other than that, that thing would be done in near record time. So appreciate that effort. I'm also looking forward to the creek cleanup.
Yes, that's coming. It's coming.
It may help a lot of things, but it is really going to be, just adding to that quadrant of that location there at the intersection. We just add more and more amenity, if you will, to what we have to play with in the real estate there. So thank you guys for that. I know that was quite an effort to try to figure that out, get in there, get out of there, get some help. And so looking forward to that. We'll see what comes next if somebody gets real creative with what they might want to do next around there.
Right.
All right. Appreciate that. Any questions for Orion? Anybody? All right. None noticed. Okay. Oh, all right. Thank you, Orion. Appreciate that. All right. Any comments, thoughts, sharing from the Board of Commissioners? I see Commissioner Westlick's hand go up quickly.
Yeah.
Tracy, you're on.
Yes, I just want to share an event for Saturday. It's not a town event, but I wanted to share it anyways. As you all remember, I was diagnosed with breast cancer last September, and tomorrow is actually my 1-year cancerversary, which we celebrate as 1 year, no evidence of disease. So, and so October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I just wanted to point out an event on Saturday that's going to be held at the Waxhaw Tap House and sponsored by the Moss and Black Salon and Spa, local salon here in Waxhaw. And it looks like it's starting at 11 and it's an all-day event going into the evening. So just wanted to make sure everyone is aware. It's raising money for the D'Angelo Williams Foundation, which is a local charity that raises money to supply mammograms to women who cannot afford it or do not have health insurance. And so as we all know, mammograms is the #1 way to prevent breast cancer. So just want to give them a shout out and hope that we see you out there on Saturday.
Very cool. Well, round of applause for you, Tracy, going through the battles. Not easy. We're all aware of that. We all have members, friends and family that might have gone through it. So we're definitely aware of your journey, and thanks for hanging in there.
Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate it. Any other good things to share around the horn over here? Very good. All right. Well, it looks like a fairly simple evening tonight. We have nothing else. So I got Mr. Charlie. Charlie, I saw your hand. Sorry about that.
Mayor, real quick, I will be out of the office October the 8th through the, well, be back in the office October 25th. I'll be gone those 2 weeks. One of my partners will be in attendance at your first meeting in October, but I'll be back in time for the second meeting in October. But I just wanted the board and you to be aware that I was going to be out and not surprise you. So if there's anything you need before that, just get it to me.
All right, appreciate that. And obviously, we know we can go to the town manager to get resource if we need to while you're away. So
sure,
we want you to enjoy that trip. We're just kind of disappointed we're not on the invite list to go with you, but you know, that's okay. So,
well, I'll tell you what it is. It's a 50th wedding anniversary cruise. So we did our 50th this year. So we gave each other this 2-week cruise. So we're looking forward to it.
well, congratulations on that. That's a big milestone.
Yes. So otherwise, come join us.
Well, I may not get that personal. So, okay. All right. Well, enjoy the trip. Thanks for that update on that. Any other comments around the board before we ask to go through anything else? Nothing there. Very good. All right. Nothing on the closed session tonight. So I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Y'all are just getting slow on this. Oh, my goodness. All right. So we have a motion to adjourn. Commissioner Morey, thank you. We'll go around the horn. Commissioner Hall.
Commissioner Hall, aye.
Commissioner Westlake.
Commissioner Westlake, aye.
Commissioner Simpson.
Commissioner Simpson, aye.
Mayor Pro Tem McMillan.
Brenda McMillan, aye.
Back to Commissioner Morey.
Commissioner Moore, aye.
Commissioner Morey, thank you very much for that. We're all in. Thank you, everybody, for attending tonight and being prepared. Charlie, enjoy your trip. We'll see you on the next stop. And good luck and good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody, and be safe.
Hey, everybody. Congratulations,
Night.
Charlie.
Thank you. Good night.